just going to have a little, see what could be causing that. Just check the shoulder, give me this arm nice and straight and hold. Yeah, it's not the shoulder. Checking the knee and hold. Knee's okay. Just going to do a little kinesiology on what might be causing you to feel a little bit stressed. Or can you give me your little finger and thumb, and I'm going to try and pull and hold. Yeah, so to a certain degree it will. So now we're going to do some NLP. So I'd like you to think about the event that we've talked about, and the hands may well be blurry, but that's absolutely normal and fine because there needs to be some distortion there. And letting go, letting go. Let the head relax. Hello, Melissa.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for coming back to the bothy.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I just really look forward to your visits. I think we have quite a special relationship.
Yeah, it's really nice. Like, I feel like we started off doing collaborations together and I didn't know what to expect, but we've become friends along the way.
Bless you. So, you're here for core therapy.
My favourite.
Oh, is it?
I love it. I love watching the videos you do of it as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's fascinating. It brings something new up every time. There's a Mary Poppins bag of different techniques to use, so every treatment is completely different. So before we start, would you like to pick a virtue reality card?
I would love to. I think I was saying in our video yesterday, but for some reason when I have to pick cards like this, I always want to go for the ones that are hidden. Adventurous.
Oh, you haven't had that before.
No, I haven't. That's quite rare for me, I think.
Adventurous. Would you call yourself adventurous?
To a moderate extent.
You are a YouTuber. I think that's quite
true.
Adventurous.
Yeah, I guess actually, yeah.
Now, without glasses on, I can't read that, so would you like to read it for me?
The wonder of life fills my being. I willingly challenge old ideas and images. I like that.
Maybe that is adventurous, when we willingly challenge old ideas. Yeah, that is a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
To take on a different mindset.
Yeah, it's like preconceived notions.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Thank you.
We're going to put that on the shelf with all my other clients' cards. And I'm going to put these back in the bowl. And in a moment, I'll ask you to lie down on the couch.
Thank you. Oh yeah, all the other cards are really lovely as well. You've got beauty, trusting, uncomplicated, respectful, enthusiastic. This is the one I picked yesterday, which is pure-hearted, positive, and then my new one, which is adventurous.
Okay. So, Melissa, would you like to lie down?
Thank you.
Lovely. So I'm going to just go through some kinesiology with you and work out what your body is telling me. Can you raise a nice straight arm for me? That's it, perfect. I'm going to push here at the wrist. You're going to hold up, so resist my movement and hold. Okay, and hold. Okay, and then raise a leg. I'm going to push and hold. Okay, and the other and hold. Okay, so because I've treated you a couple of times to core therapy before, I'm starting to know your body, and I know that you're stronger than you were the first and definitely the second time, because I can feel you've got less of a shake. So when you first started coming to me, there was, and I don't know if you can feel that, sort of integral into the body. When I push, there's a little bit of a shake there, but that used to be quite significant, and it used to be a weaker test, so the arm or leg used to descend. So you're holding it now. There's still a little shake, but it's much better.
That's good.
Okay, so I know, because that tells me a lot about what's really going on, like at a structural level of your body, that it's more intact and aligned.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Must be all these treatments you're getting. So can I have arm and leg together and hold? Okay, so not supportive and hold again. Yeah. So quite different to the first tests we did where you isolated each muscle. Can you see the difference?
I really can.
So I'm just going to see what might be causing these IPSI tests to go down, and IPSI is when we test one side or one side. So having pulled your hair, I'm just going to retest this side and hold. Okay, so I think you need some water. Can I just give you a little glass of water?
Yeah, of course.
Actually, we've got some ready here for you.
Thank you. I sometimes forget to drink water when I'm travelling.
That's really good. I'll refill that and put that on the shelf for you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's have a retest and hold. Much better.
That's so weird.
And hold. Much better. So you haven't got an IPSI failure, which is excellent. So you did have both. I tested the hair and you've gone strong. So it simply needed, your body simply needed water. Right, we're going to move on now. So I'm going to take this arm and this leg and hold. Okay, not as strong, and hold. Okay, absolutely no strength there at all. So it's probably your jaw. So if you could put 2 fingers there on the jaw hinge, that's just on the TMJ, and then we're going to go back to the same test with you supporting the jaw and hold. Entirely different. Can't push them down. So when you support an area that needs help, your body says, yes, you've got the right place.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do 3 more of the same tests. So can you put those fingers on that side of the jaw? Give me this arm and this leg and hold. Again, it's supporting it. So now we're just going to test the other side of the jaw, just either hand on there for me. And then give me alternate leg and arm and hold. No, okay, so it doesn't look like it's the right side of the jaw. If you could put those fingers there and hold. No, okay, so it's the left side of your jaw that seems to be out of alignment. So I'm just going to have a little feel of it and see if I can correct it now. Okay, so just using the thenar muscle, which is the muscle at the base of the thumb, to the heel of the hand. And it's a very sensitive area. It's large and warm. And I'm able to really tune into and work out what the jaw is doing. Whether it's tight, whether it's clumped shut, or whether it's fluid and soft and able to move without hindrance. Oh yeah, it's coming good now. Okay. So I can feel the left side is more tight than the right. The right actually feels like it's too open, like it needs more solidity. I think it's because the left, it's almost like the left has tightened and it's opened up the right side, it's twisted it. So my intention here with the energy and physically is bringing heat and softness and reassurance to the left side of the jaw, which will then help the right side to reconnect. So I can feel quite a lot of movement there. There's like it's like a figure of 8, spiraling, very slow, gentle, warm movement. I think this area needs quite a lot of reassurance, just allowing it to relax and let go. Yeah, there's a good movement, there's a softness there now. So I know if I was treating Melissa on a regular basis, I can feel that the jaw might need more regular treatment. But that's much better. Yeah, lovely.
I feel so much looser now. Like, I always have quite a lot of jaw pain, I think, when I'm stressed, which I think I am quite a lot recently. It goes straight to my jaw, and like when you released it, almost felt like when your ears pop, like on a flight, like that release of something. I could feel that just now on the left. But yeah, I never actually noticed the difference in sides, but now I'm quite aware of it. I can actually feel it now. I've always just thought both were locked, but yeah, you're right, it's really on the left. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's why it's worth doing those extra kinesiology tests after we found that it's a jaw, because it's worth knowing which side, because also we need your body to know where it is. It's not just your consciousness, it's your subconsciousness that needs to get on with healing it. Okay, so now I've done the jaw, let's retest. So I can have arm and leg and hold. Entirely different.
Very different.
And hold. And I'm putting a lot of strength into that. That's brilliant. So your body knows it's better. I mean, if you lived locally, I'd recommend to treat you maybe weekly for like 3 weeks to really get into the jaw and soften it permanently.
Would it like teach it how to?
Exactly. Right, how's tummy been?
Quite good recently.
Yeah. Can I just have a little feel of the ICV, the iliosacral valve?
Oh yeah, this is right, yeah.
Well,
I feel like I've got better with...
Have you?
Yeah.
So I'm just feeling for your tummy button and your hip point. I'm just going to do it through your jumper, because I've got chilly hands.
Yeah, see, that feels okay today.
Good.
Last time, I don't know what it was, it just felt very intense.
Yeah, okay, so can you put 2 fingers from that hand just into that point there, quite deeply in? Yeah, and give me an arm and hold. Yeah, much better, and I could feel it was stronger as well. When I say stronger, I mean actually softer, because I don't want it to be in spasm or cramped up, twisted or like knotted. It needs to just be soft and working effectively.
Good.
Okay, you can release. Any other issues I need to be looking at?
I did have my left leg, it doesn't feel too bad. On the first raise I could notice it, but just last night in my sleep it felt very, very like tense and spasmy.
Okay. Do you mean the quad?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, let's test a quad then. So can you bend this knee? I'm going to support the foot. I'm going to hold here on the quad. Now the quad is a large, strong muscle, so I'm going to be putting quite a lot of pressure against it.
Okay.
So I'm going to do the usual hold, and you will stop me pushing that way, so keep it bent like that. And hold. No? No. Okay.
I didn't do anything there.
Can we just test this one? I'm just thinking what it might be. I'm going to do the same again here and hold. Entirely different. So you're right, there's something up with this quad. So I'm wondering if it's an origin and insertion. So I'm going to be putting some pressure with the ends of my fingers to the head and foot of the quadricep bundle, the 4 muscles. I'm going to be pressing in various areas on those 4 muscles. And the reason that this might have been a problem is when the end of the muscle, which has barbs on it which connect it to bone, and those barbs can sometimes levitate. The barbs, if you imagine, they look like Velcro, and they can sometimes just slightly levitate, not fully, otherwise you wouldn't be able to use the leg at all. And it could have been through tripping or injury or overuse or just some action that has weakened the leg. And so what I'm doing here is literally pushing the Velcro back on. And sometimes it has an immediate effect with muscle weakness. We just need to push the barbs back on again. Does this hurt when I'm doing this?
No, the last one, so the third one you did was slightly tender.
Yeah, on the side.
Yeah, not in a painful way though.
Okay, so we're going to retest that, see if it's any better. So I'm going to push here and hold. Okay, that's obviously what it was. So how long's that been a problem for?
Just on and off. Sometimes when I'm sleeping it starts spasming and feels a bit weird in the morning.
Okay, so if that's what it is, origin and insertion, then you know what to do now. Just push at the bottom and top of that muscle group.
Okay.
But when I'm doing the tweenar, if I remember, let me know if I forget, I will have a little tweenar of that muscle once I'm doing your body. Okay, anything else?
I've had quite a bit of stress recently, and especially it's related to the jaw, I guess, that when I went on holiday for a few days, all my jaw pain was just gone, so I could tell that the stress was gone when I took a rest, but in daily life I feel a lot of stress, and I think that's why it's tense.
Okay.
But I just don't know exactly what is making me stressed or why, because I really enjoy everything I'm doing. I can't really work out why it's stressing me out or where the stress is coming from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a couple of ideas. I might just sit you up in order to try out some kinesiology and some NLP with you.
What's NLP?
Neuro-linguistic programming, NLP.
Oh, okay.
I'll explain. So we're just going to do a little kinesiology on what might be causing you to feel a little bit stressed, or is it anxious as well, or?
Yeah, anxious, I guess, before going to sleep and things, my mind will pick on a few things it's worried about to just focus on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So stress can be caused just by busyness as well. And I know you're a very busy lady, and you've got lots of, if you like, filing cabinets in your head of aspects of your life that might need attention, including future projects. So you're probably considering a lot of the time, what do I need to be doing because of whatever's going on going forwards. So neuro-linguistic programming is a whole world of fascinating aspects of how we think and what makes us say various things. NLP can be used to help youngsters with interviews, can help prisoners to rehabilitate, can help all of us in our lives with dealing with potentially stressful situations or just life in general. And basically we have these filing cabinets of aspects of our life, and they form 6 different areas that our eyes tend to look at in order to glean information. So those 6 areas are quite significant and very obvious. And it's very difficult for the mental or physical state to not look in those areas when we're gleaning that information.
Okay.
So, for instance, the police and other interviewing bodies will use NLP as a means of finding out if someone is being true to themselves or actually telling a lie. And as I said before, it's used with school children and university students in order to help them to prepare for life going forward, whether it's for job interviews, putting together their CVs, and these days, life on camera. So whether it's digitally, whether it's working from home and facing a screen of lots of faces, and we want to be able to come across in the best possible way. So you'll have noticed on camera now, maybe, I'm looking in different places in order to think of what I want to say to you next. Okay. So I'm gleaning information maybe from a book, maybe from a film that I've watched about it, maybe from my experience working with clients, and also I'm putting it together for you, so I'm creating a conversation. So creating is like imagination. So if I was to say to you, what would be your most beautiful place to go on holiday? You'd have to imagine it or put it together. Maybe it's somewhere you've not actually visited before, but you'd say, oh, it would have a forest, but it would also have a beach, and it would have a mountain top, and you'd just put together this amazing place that has all these aspects of everything that you love, but you've never actually seen it in person before, like the best possible place. So that would be from your imagination. You'd be creating it. So you'd go to a place from your eye sockets for that filing cabinet, which is actually imagination and creating. But if I was to say to you something like, oh, tell me about your childhood, what were you doing when you were age 10? Now, if you were going to the same place as the imagination, then I know you'd be making something up.
Right.
Yeah, maybe because you can't remember it very well, or maybe because you're avoiding something at age 10 and you don't want to remember what actually happened at age 10, so you're gleaning and you're putting together creative thoughts.
Right.
Yeah. And quite often we do this subconsciously. We're not subconsciously lying a lot of the time. It's our subconscious protecting us from something that we don't want to recall in detail.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's quite a long explanation, but let's have a little look at what might be causing the stress. So I'm going to just test with kinesiology first of all, and then I'm going to do some NLP, Neuro-linguistic programming. So can you just give me a little finger and a thumb, doesn't matter which hand, and I'm going to try and pull apart and hold. Okay, so nice and strong. So that's our baseline, okay? So we're going to keep coming back to this, so long as I don't overuse it. If necessary, I'll have to find another muscle that's strong. And this is called a strong indicator muscle, an SIM. So I'm going to keep coming back to it.
I'm glad. I was weak on this one last time, so I'm really glad.
I remember that.
I was trying so hard to hold it.
You're so much better.
Yeah, better than last time.
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you, I'm actually having a conversation with your subconscious when I'm doing this, but I know that you're here as well, so you know you will want to answer the question. So, for instance, is the stress caused by busyness? Okay, the amount of things that you have on. So can you give me your little finger and thumb, and I'm going to try and pull and hold. Yeah, so to a certain degree, it didn't
Yeah, I was saying no.
explode. You were saying no.
Yeah.
So it just opened a little, but it didn't explode. Okay? You can relax your arm down.
Did it exist that I say no, but my subconscious says yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally. A lot of the time, actually.
Oh.
Our subconscious really knows what's going on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a little.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the stress caused by unknowns, like the unpredictability of YouTubing? And hold. Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll notice that I touch the back of your wrist whenever there's a weak point and wherever that is on the body. So this is an anchor point, so I'm anchoring you. And every time there's a weak point, I form, or your body forms, a shopping list of weak points, and because I'm anchoring each one, it goes into that shopping list, into your subconscious, and your subconscious will get on with dealing with it. And especially when I then start giving you the core therapy treatment, this is like the assessment at the moment, the actual treatment, then it goes into that, and then we'll retest any weak ones at the end.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah, the difference is, it's so weird because it's like, it's my fingers, so I know how it feels strong and how it feels weak, but it's so weird how different it is, and it's not like I'm doing anything different. Yeah, it's something I can't explain to people watching, but it is really, it's no different for me, and sometimes I can't even necessarily tell the difference, but that one was really obvious. Yeah.
I mean, I'm fascinated by kinesiology, and I see it all the time.
Yeah.
So, for instance, kinesiology is also called muscle testing, and it's also called touch for health. So it has different names if you want to look it up online.
Okay.
And it's all about finding a strong indicator muscle, like I've just found this one with you, but it could be any muscle. That's why we use an arm, or we use a leg as well. Lots of muscle tests on the body can be a strong indicator muscle. And once we've got that, we use it as a baseline to test various other physical, emotional, mental aspects. It could be pretty much anything. It could even be an affirmation. It could be anything. And once we've got that SIM, the strong indicator muscle, we can then test anything against it. So there's a lot of pointers with kinesiology on the body that is really obvious for a therapist to say, look, this is how it works, and it's just so obvious. Okay, so NLP. Do you want me to test any other aspect before doing the NLP with the kinesiology with your hand that might be causing stress that you think it might be caused by? So I've tried busyness and I've tried unpredictability.
Maybe I wonder, like, fitness, like just lack of stamina and stuff, as in just not having the energy to get through the day. I do wonder about that side of things, and whether that's letting me down. I don't know.
Okay. So let's try that. So is it lack of stamina and hold? No.
No,
You are
not at
really
all.
strong. You're really strong.
That's kind of creepy, but yeah, because it felt so weak the last few times that now it's like such a contrast.
Have you any other idea?
Sleeping okay most days.
Do you have very long days?
Yeah, very, very.
So your sleep is restricted. Do you do anything for you? Do you exercise? Do you meditate? Do you like do a jigsaw puzzle or watch a sleepy film? Or do you do anything that is utterly relaxing?
If I do, it's on a weekend where I don't have plans, so not that often. Yeah, I don't really have time.
So you have long days
Yeah.
and they're quite full.
Yeah, and then if I get home, I usually sleep is the priority, to sleep straight away as opposed to winding down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can that be changed at all? Because it's adding to your stress by the look of it.
I don't know. I don't know how I would, because I don't know where I'd find the time. I'd be sleeping less probably without moving closer to work. I don't think so. Yeah.
But your commuter time is when you edit, so you need that as well. Otherwise you'd
I'd
be
use
editing.
that time anyway, yeah.
Okay.
So, but
Okay. I just want to test that then. Is it the longer days and shorter nights that are giving you the stress and hold? No.
oh, okay.
So
I
amazing,
thought you had it then.
Yeah, amazing stamina and your lifestyle setup.
All the things I thought it was.
Yeah, but you were weaker with the unpredictability.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and when we did a live yesterday, that was a bit nerve-wracking, wasn't it?
that is true. Yeah, I think that is probably what gives me most anxiety about it, is especially filming with new people, not knowing where I'm going in London and stuff.
Amazing that you do
Yeah.
it. You're so brave. You're so good.
I just don't think I try not to think through.
Okay. Well, you are.
Thank you.
Anything else you want me to test?
What else could it be? Maybe like the feeling of not doing enough, like the feeling I could do more of like other things.
There's always that feeling.
Yeah.
Even if you had 1 million subscribers, there'd always be that feeling of I could do more. So don't beat yourself up about it. You do amazingly. Okay, so should we test that? The feeling of not doing enough?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So is it a feeling of not doing enough? And hold. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's just with YouTube though, just professionally, like in general, I feel like I could do more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's a good thing. It means I can work harder.
Yeah, but not if it's going to add to your stress.
Okay.
Because we need to be content and, you know, we need to be happy where we are right now. Like, I am me, I am enough, I am happy as a whole person right now, this minute. I don't need that. I am complete right now, standing on these 2 feet right now.
Okay, yeah. I think you might have got it there.
Okay.
Yeah. No. There's so many things to do still.
And even at your beautiful, tender young age, you are enough right now. You don't need to be double your age and have double the awards or whatever it is. You know, you're beautiful and whole right now. And that's the same for everyone watching as well. Okay, so we've found some here. I'm going to make some notes now so I don't forget where I am with it. There were 3 that failed earlier, weren't there? What was the very first one? Oh, the amount that you have on, the busyness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Busyness.
And predictability and to be enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to do some NLP.
Okay.
So, and it's very simple and very quick, but in order to do this, you would need to think of something that could have happened this morning, or it could have happened when you were very little, at any time, that may have affected you and you think may still be living in you to a certain extent. So this is called trauma release. So a trauma can be the smallest thing of having lost someone in a shopping mall compared to something very, very bad, or this or a tiny thing like losing your favourite pen, you know.
Okay.
But it all depends how it sits with you, and sometimes we can feel those traumas and they sit in the body. They can even sit in a particular place like an organ, and we can feel like a loss in our heart or a loss in our liver, in our kidneys, sometimes in our abdomen, and it can affect the workings of that system of the body.
Okay.
So can you think of anything at all that we could help check to see if it's affecting you and get rid of it?
Yeah.
Yeah? You don't have to say what it is unless you wanted to.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with this one, yeah. I think like losing, I don't know if it counts, like losing contact or like unintentionally cutting off certain friends maybe.
Okay.
And always, like I see people in my dreams a lot that I'm sad that I lost contact with, sometimes from like a fight or sometimes from like just lack of contact. But I always find those things stay with me more than actually more like what is usually considered traumatic things.
Right, okay.
It's always things to do with friends and people. So
okay. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So, was there a particular event that could epitomise this feeling in you?
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, that's good because we need to latch on to a particular event. Okay, so now we're going to do the NLP. If you could keep your head dead centre,
Okay.
and if you could look top left, so that's your left up there,
top left.
and give me that little finger and thumb again, which is called opponent's polysis.
Okay.
And you don't need to think about the event right now. You're just holding your eyes top left with your face in the centre. Yeah, and hold. Okay, that's strong. Move your eyes to middle left and hold. That's also strong. And bottom left and hold. Wonderful, really good so far. So can you move your eyes, head dead centre, to bottom right and hold. Okay, here we go. And then to middle right and hold. Strong. And to top right and hold. Okay, just fractionally opened, but the worst one was down here. So this is an area that concerns feelings. Okay. So this is something that would be really good to get out of you, and it'll be really obvious if we can get rid of it, and then we'll retest just what was weak at the end.
Okay.
So I'm now going to ask you to keep your head absolutely dead center, I'm going to put one hand over the other, and on my two palms, visualize a screen.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you to visualize something. I'm not going to ask you to talk or say anything, but I would like your head to stay dead center, but your eyes to follow the screen of my hands. Okay? So I'd like you to think about the event that we've talked about, and the hands may well be blurry, but that's absolutely normal and fine, because there needs to be some distortion there. And then just follow my palms and picture the event. And first of all, picture who was there and what you could see. And now think about what you could hear and any sounds, voices and conversation. Keep focused. Gone.
Oh, that scared me.
It's supposed to scare you.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry. We need to get it out of you with that. Oh, you look a little bit. Are you okay?
It's okay.
Yeah. So now we're going to retest. So can you look bottom right with your head dead center, finger and thumb, and hold. So strong. And the other one was top right and hold. Really strong. And I'm really pulling. I mean, quite often when I come back to a test that had been weak, I really give it a good test, and it's the same as at the end of the core therapy, because I want to really prove to you, to your body, to the viewers that I'm really pulling there and testing that previous week test to the max. So I think that might have really helped you, because there was something going on there that was really weak, and it was so obvious compared to the other tests.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yes, it was scary.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I couldn't warn you about it.
Yeah, because then I'd know.
So that is NLP,
Right.
and that sequence is called eyes in distortion, EID, eyes in distortion. So it needs to be blurry,
Right.
and you need to be in that zone of picturing an event or a trauma that has happened. And then you need that bang on the couch and the word gone in order to clear it.
Okay.
And then the retest just proves it.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm going to put the couch back down now.
Okay.
Can you bend a knee? Can you raise the knee off the couch? I'm going to push and hold. Okay. And the other side. Raise it up and hold. Okay, so hardly any strength there, Melissa. I'm just going to have a little feel of your C2. Just relax. That's it. Yeah, so that's quite caught and tight there. I definitely need to give you a good long neck stretch today and neck release. So I'm just having a little feel between our Chinese massage into the glutes, lumbar. Feel what the spine is telling me. Yeah, quite tight here between shoulder blades, quite low down. Using the heel of my hands to really work around the edge of each vertebrae, bouncing them, making sure they're springing back. So not bad movement. Softening up already. quite tight here, and I can tell because when I push, the whole area moves rather than just the vertebrae. And then working into those scapula. Beautiful colour top, lovely lemony colour. So I'm using the weight and movement of the pelvis to help me work on the spine. So as the pelvis is rocking with a lovely gravity movement to it, beautiful momentum, I'm using that to help me work. As it comes one way, I'm pushing the other way into the spine to help free up each vertebra so they're not fixated to the vertebra above and below it. So they move independently with softness and fluidity. Give the kidneys an extra little massage just above the waist. Going to do a little wing stretch to try and open up this area between the scapulae, just relaxing the arm, circling out the shoulder, pulling at the angel wing and stretching down. That worked better that side. I think the left side is actually much tighter. Feels better. Good. I'm going to work down each side of the spine to check and treat the vertebrae, the whole length of the spine, even down to the sacrum. Okay, lovely. And so I'm going to have a look at the foot, just supporting the foot on the leg and then isolating the big toe, a couple of clicks. And then isolating around the toe pad. And then down from the kidney and adrenal to the bladder. And then supporting the foot, pushing in and raising the opposite hip by using this leg as a lever, and this will reset and repattern the alignment of the pelvis. And then just checking the same on the left foot into the neck, which is the neck of the toe, the neck of the body in reflexology terms, down the thyroid, and then over in the instep, the kidney to the bladder, and then into the solar plexus, onto kidney 2, and a beautiful pelvic alignment. Sweeping the leg across the couch. Lovely. Just check that pelvic alignment. And relax, 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 relax. That's better. Looking much more aligned. Okay, and now just for a little sacral float. Qigong. And at first, the energy, the touch, the pressure does tune into the breath, and then it works way beyond the movement of the breath, working into creating some balance and calmness, coming back to a beautiful, tranquil level. It's almost like at first there's too much going on, there's a busyness, and as the sacral float progresses, the feeling goes beyond that busyness to a very calm homeostasis, that foundational level of function. Just so calm. Just feels amazing. Okay, Melissa, take a couple of deep breaths before coming back into the room, and when you're ready, you can turn over. So, I'm just going to have a little look at this quad, give the quad some tweener while I'm just assessing what might be going on, any tightness or weakness. So we did find some origin and insertion weakness there earlier in the kinesiology tests at the start, but I also want to bring some warmth and circulation, some softness into the muscle group, picking it up and rolling it. Yeah, that's better, some warmth there. And as I do, I don't want to miss out the other leg, so just having a little feel. Oh, it feels much sturdier this side. Maybe it needs a bit of tweener. Feels a bit tight. Using my thumbs around the edge, the sides, edge of those quads. I think those muscles will feel very different one from the other. Does the left feel quite different when I'm treating it to the right?
Yeah, yeah. I think so.
This one feels sort of sturdier.
It's a bit ticklish.
It's somewhat ticklish.
But I think that's my brain's way of comprehending the difference.
Yeah. They feel more aligned now, that's good. Okay, so I'm just going to come up and work on your neck. Especially on the right side there. Okay, let your head go, relax, relax, let the head naturally tilt backwards. Lovely. Relax, relax, let it go. really relax and breathe. Let go of any tension. That's wonderful. That's good. And letting go, letting go. Let the head relax. And stretching the shoulder down to relieve both shoulder and neck. Finishing off with a little temporal and occiput qigong cranial balancing. Sending your breath to your fingers and toes, and slowly stretching them out, breathing more deeply. nice long body stretch. Okay, so you're back with me? Yeah? So, we're just going to redo some kinesiology, just the couple that weren't as strong as they could have been earlier. So I've just made a note of what they are. There was the dehydration right at the start, so I'm just going to ask for this arm and this leg together and hold. Really strong, same this side, and hold. Really strong. And then I'm going for opposites and hold. Really strong, not even an effort, and hold. Slightly, that's come up for new. So that was strong earlier. I'm just going to have a little, see what could be causing that. Just check the shoulder. Give me this arm nice and straight and hold. Yeah, it's not the shoulder. Give me an elbow and hold. I don't mean give me an elbow. Do that again. And hold. That's all right. And hold. Okay, something with the wrist. And hold. Hips okay. Checking the knee. And hold. Knees okay. Checking the ankle. And hold. Fine. So with this wrist, just going to put it in different positions and hold. Yeah. Going to twist it in and hold. Oh no, you don't like that at all. And hold. Tiny bit. So it's the twist of your left hand. You're not left-handed. But there's something you do with your left hand where you twist it. With your cameras, you do a lot of this, don't you? And I wonder if it's not just your fingers that are twisting, but maybe your wrist. And it's the inward that's worse, and the outward is not great. So there's something you're doing, maybe you're overusing it or straining it, or it could be carrying bags or the weight, or maybe you've sprained it a little bit. You may not have any symptoms at the moment, but you would have done if you hadn't have had a core treatment. You know, it would have come up. So I'm just going to give it a little TLC.
It's amazing how many new things can come up when you're...
Yeah, you see, because we did this test and this one, that tells me about the jaw hinge, the TMJ, and that one had come up on your left-hand side. I treated it, I came back and I retested that contralateral test, and they went strong at the time, and I thought the joints were all going to be okay because those had gone strong, but it's obviously come up because sometimes it's like peeling the layers of an onion. The wrist is obviously not too bad a problem because other more serious things have shouted louder.
Right, so it's just lowering the layers of things to come up. And depending on the day, the high up ones will be different.
So I'm giving it a little mini tweenar here with my thumbs. And then I'm just going to do a little bit, while I'm supporting it, I'm just going to do a little bit of mobilizing. It's my way of just assessing and checking what's going on inside as well. Oh yeah, that's clearing. There was some crunching there, some clicking. That feels a lot better. Okay. Okay, we're just going to retest that. Give me your arm and hold. Amazing, isn't it?
That's cool.
And hold. Fine. Okay. So that was your ipsies, your contras. Now, your left quad, if you could bend this knee, I'm going to put a lot of pressure this way and you keep it bent and hold. Okay, it's moving slightly. So do you remember we worked on the origin and insertion? So I'm just going to give that another little few seconds on there.
Oh, I felt something then.
What did you feel?
It felt like something went downwards. I don't know. Just like maybe a release of tension or something.
Oh, nice, okay.
It was nice.
Then I'm just going to give it a little tweener. Let's do it again. I'm going to push here and hold. Okay. And I'm putting my full body weight against that. So
That felt very different as well, holding it.
Oh,
It just felt stronger.
okay. So you know what to do to that now yourself.
Yeah, here, I'll press here, because I definitely felt something.
And you'll get to know exactly where to press, because of course there's 4 muscles there, they're quads. Okay, now the NLP stroke kinesiology for stress. We looked at 3 where your right hand opponent's pollicis came apart earlier. If I could have that one again. Yeah, just rest your elbow down, and we're going to check now let's just mind you, I should keep it the same because we want to do exactly the same test. Okay, is the reason for stress busyness and hold? Okay, is the reason for stress the unpredictability and hold? Okay, so that still is. And what was the third one?
Not doing enough.
Is the reason for stress not doing enough and hold? Okay, so those 2 still are. So what I want to do with you now is an affirmation. Okay, so I'm going to give you the affirmation, and by all means write it down, have it in, I don't know if you have a handbag, but have it in, or have it in your desk at work, or have it on the bathroom mirror, and see the words and believe it. Okay, so it can be, I am capable, so that's for the busyness. It means I can cope with change, that's for the unpredictability. And for the I am enough, I am capable, I can cope with change, I am enough.
Okay.
Capable, I can cope with change, I am enough. Or just pick one that resonates the most. I am enough.
I can feel that one sitting the most uncomfortable.
Okay, so I want you to repeat I am enough 3 times.
So embarrassing. Okay. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough.
And now we're going to retest it. Is the reason for stress not being enough and hold? And I'm really pulling.
That is weird. Yeah. That is weird. We'll say that like more times.
So what's happening here is your subconsciousness is saying, that's what I need. That has made all the difference, from feeling like you can't cope, feeling that you're not enough, that there's always something more you can do, to it doesn't matter. Who you are right here, right now, is the beautiful Melissa that you really are, and you are enough now.
Okay. So is it best to say those quite often then?
Yeah, have them on the mirror, on your screen, you know, just I am enough. Or if you don't want people on the train to see it on your screen, just put IAE, and you will know that means I am enough.
Yeah.
Okay? And so when you see IAE, you just get this whoosh of, yes, I am enough.
Okay. That's so strange.
So folks can try it at home as well.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, thank you.
My pleasure. So I've really enjoyed treating you. It's been quite a long core therapy today, and I've done a lot of talking. I'm sorry about that.
No, I love it. Like personally for me, I really enjoyed the session with all your explanations because I learned so much from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be, I'm sure if you come back again, it'll all be different again. There'll be
it'll
something else.
Something new. Oh, thank you so much.
Absolute pleasure, darling.
Mhm.